So anyone who watches my channel for any considerable length of time will, for obvious reasons, understand that I'm pro-law enforcement. That doesn't come without caveats, though. I'm pro-good law enforcement. I'm very much anti-bad law enforcement. So, enter Florida State Trooper, DJ Watts, as seen here.
It is a Miami plate. 28152 is what's on the back. The tag number is X82476. We're passing the 51, slow down to 78, but we won't stop. 322. If we got a tag, it's over and I'll pass it on to okay, stand by. He's stopped. Stand by.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. Can I get your name, please?
Oh, you're gonna get it.
No. I'm asking.
Absolutely, sir.
No, ma'am.
Stand by.
Oh my God! I cannot believe this. Can I just stand outside for a second?
Do not put your foot out of this car. Do yourself a favor, please. Put your foot out.
Ma'am, with all due respect, I don't.
You don't respect me, sir.
Ma'am,
you don't respect these people out here.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
This is not a first term occurrence with y'all. Y'all come from that way all the time. This Miami Police Department, and we never catch it.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
It's not excusable. There's no job, no off-duty job, no class. There's nothing that important. And if it is that important, have your agency get on the phone and say, hey, tell FHP this is what I'm running to. And turn your lights and siren on. You scared the crap.
Ma'am, I didn't know you would. I never saw you. I duty later this afternoon, so I have like a 21-hour day trip. All right, the phone, ma'am. Honestly, the handcuffs are not necessary, ma'am. I'm very.
You know what? Right now, to me,
I'm I would never handcuff you. Never.
You would never catch me doing this. Trust me on that one.
Okay, the guy she's pulled over is a Miami police officer who was fired. He blew past her on the way to some off-duty job at 120 miles per hour. And so she pulls him over and arrests him. She pulls him out at gunpoint, like, well, because she knows he's armed. Anywho, good for her. Now, in a lawsuit filed, I think, last week, Trooper Watts seeks more than $1 million in damages. She's already had 2 cities settle with her. She's suing more than 100 police officers and agencies. The suit alleges 88 law enforcement officers from 25 jurisdictions have more than 200 times than since used their police computers to access her private information and have engaged in a harassment campaign. Police cars pulling in and following her around randomly from other agencies, showing up outside of her house at late hours of the night, strange phone calls, things like that. So here is my response. This is an absolute disgrace to law enforcement. These 25 agencies. Here's what should happen. The 88 officers obviously should be fired. If it's true, they should be just fired outright. And these agencies, to stress exactly how serious this actually is, should have... I'm not going to explain the intricacies of the NCIC. There's the national system, and then there are state systems, and I don't know a great deal about the particular structure of Florida system, but I imagine that it's similar to the ones I am familiar with. So the system will be overseen by the federal government, and at the state level there will be state oversight. All of these agencies, these 25 agencies, should have their terminals removed. They should have their access cut off for the next couple of weeks. To stress exactly how important this is. Now what this means is these agencies, when they do their traffic stops, can't run driver's licenses, they can't run registrations, so they can't check for wants and warrants, which will actually endanger police officers' lives, it's true. But there are principles in the United States which are much higher than some individual police agencies' ability to check for wants, warrants, and all these other things. Police officers in this sense don't have rights. They have police powers. They have a power sufficient to meet the obligations they're charged with on the oath they take to enter the office they freely, voluntarily enter into and accept the responsibilities and obligations. This isn't their private little system to look up people who've pissed them off for, in this case, this trooper doing her job. There is a file in the technology exists, and it's actually in the system already, that there are certain people in the United States who, if you pull over within a matter of seconds, maybe even a minute, a phone will be ringing at a dispatcher's office wanting to know who has pulled this person over and whether or not the person who's initiated the contact has the person in sight. It's the United States Secret Service file, and it's for people who have threatened certain protectees. They should add Trooper Watt's name to that list, or maybe a separate list. I don't know. They could arrange it however they would like. So in the future, when the thin blue line people who are pissed off that she did her job without respect to who was violating the law, the very epitome of everything that is good about what law enforcement should be, they will within a few seconds be tagged, and the phones will be ringing to find out whether or not this officer, whoever it is, has this trooper in sight and the reason that this information has been accessed. And if they don't have that trooper in sight, for some legally justifiable reason, then certain authorities should be dispatched to that officer's location, and that person should be immediately relieved of his or her duties. This is not acceptable. To give you an idea of something about the NCIC, every criminal history in the United States, by criminal histories, I don't mean the driver's license is run or registration is run. It's actually a criminal background check. Everyone that is run has to be logged. Who's requesting it, what for, a lot of associated information. Everyone is logged, and every single criminal history in the United States that is run is individually audited by the FBI every year, and one violation is enough for that agency to have their terminals immediately terminated, snatched out of the system, and they can work out how they go about getting recertified, because it's that powerful to be able to just go digging into people's backgrounds because you're bored and curious, or in this case because you want to harass that evil bitch who did her job. This is a blight on law enforcement. These agencies are an absolute disgrace to everything that a law enforcement officer should be, that a law enforcement agency should strive to be. And a message needs to be sent quite clearly to Florida, who apparently is getting a little too big for its britches. that this will not be tolerated, and that officers who make these explicit violations are endangering the lives of everyone in their agency, in addition to being real shitty douchebags. There are many honorable, wonderful law enforcement officers in this country. Unfortunately, there are also absolute criminals who wear a badge, and these people should be post-haste run out of the field without a second thought. Unfortunately, I doubt any of this will happen. Have a great day. Oh, by the way, Trooper Watts, I hope you get every single penny. Feel free to lateral to Washington State. It's a much better agency anyway. Have a great day.